Hi, I'm Max Hill and I'm with Hickory Sticks International, and our products include antique wooden shafted golf clubs, antique golf balls, and other types of golf memorabilia. Men have been striking objects with sticks for as long as they've been walking, I suppose, and many countries claim to be the origin of golf. However, most people agree that Scotland is where golf as we know it today really originated. In fact, the first written record of golf was in the Scottish Acts of Parliament, 1457, whereas the King James II of Scotland banned the playing of golf because it interfered with his archers' practice, and they needed that for the defense of their country. And through this 700 years, the shape of the golf ball has had many different shapes and made by different materials, from leather to feathers to rubber to wood, but the basic golf club itself has remained the same throughout these 700 years. For instance, this is a club that could be as much as 700 years old. It's made with a wooden shaft, it's got something on the end to strike the ball with, and it has a grip effects to hold the club better. Here's a club that was made about 100 years ago. Same wooden shaft, same head put on it to hit the ball, and same grip applied. And this remained the same for about 700 years until 1910, when the manufacturer started using metal for the shafts, steel becoming the choice, and by 1925 almost all the shafts were now made out of metal. And these wooden shafts, while tens of thousands of these were made, only a fraction remain today. And they're usually in the hands of a museum or a private collector, even though occasionally you still read about somebody finding a set of these old clubs in the basement that their great-great-grandfather played with. But for the most part, these are gone. We began our collecting over 30 years ago, and we had the opportunity to make this a labor of love. We have met wonderful people all over the world. We have learned how to restore these things from master craftsmen. We have built a library of research that we can find and trace the history of virtually any club maker that's been recorded, and the same with the clubs, to the point that we have now the largest collection in the world of these antique clubs. We operated a museum for many years, and we finally decided that this is a good time to start sharing our collection with other people who love golf. So come with us, let's take a little stroll through time, and let's see exactly what these old clubs look like. This particular wood was made by a craftsman about 100 years ago, and he carved the head of this from a single piece of wood. And then he scored the face, as you see here, with lines. And to further protect the wooden head, he inserted a slip made out of a ram's horn, then tied everything together with a brass sole plate. This club is known as a brassy. And he wasn't satisfied with the weight of this club, so he carved an additional cavity in the back. And in that he inserted lead. In most of these old woods you'll find some kind of a lead back weight put in there to give the desired weight. And then when he did that, he then drilled a hole through the hosel, and the size of the hole depended on what type of shaft he was going to put into this club. Then the shaft was inserted, it was glued, it was then used whipping to fasten it further, and this whipping, by the way, is the same whipping that's been used for hundreds of years. It's Scottish linen thread that's been pulled through a vat of tar. The same care used in the wood we'll see used in the iron-headed clubs as well. This particular club was handmade. The maker is called a Sammy club, and that is roughly like what today we might have as a 4-iron. Well, thanks for looking at our products, and if you're still not entirely sure whether this is right for you, let me give you summarize a few of the reasons I think this is good for you. First of all, every one of these clubs is from my private collection. I've personally selected and restored this club to museum quality using the methods and the materials that were used by the original maker whenever possible. And when you buy one of these old clubs, you're not just buying an old golf club. You're buying a piece of golf history. The maker of this club made this by hand over 85 years ago. And when these clubs are all sold, they won't be anymore. They don't make them anymore, and the only way that you're going to see clubs like this is going to be in a museum or maybe in a book somewhere. These make excellent gifts. I'm sure that, like me, you have had special people that you wanted to get special presents for, someone who's hard to buy for, someone who has everything, and someone who likes golf. And when they get this club, they not only get the club, it comes with a certificate of provenance and authenticity. This describes the club, who made the club, and when it was made. A history of the club. In addition, there's instructions on how to care for the club and a short history of golf itself. These clubs also make wonderful investments. Golf memorabilia has been appreciating in value for over several decades, and there's no reason to think that this isn't going to continue for years to come. Finally, when you buy one of these old clubs, if you ever have any questions, you can call our office and personally talk to us. We would appreciate it if you would, and we'll be glad to help you any way we can. So thanks again for looking at our products, and I hope you enjoy your club.